our PhD in Hustle group, and we are so excited to be here. That it's been a week since we were in our event in Nashville, and it's so important for us to kind of I guess dump all the stuff that we've got in our brains and kind of help challenge each other, because some of the things that we learn are so helpful to our businesses and even for our personal development. So that's what we're here for. It's our first kind of live event for us, and I hope you will be patient with us. We're not experts at this at all, but we're here to help you. And if you're just brand new to anything in the business, or you can gain any knowledge that we have, we'd love for you to comment on the side. I'm not sure where it's at because I'm so new to this. But we'd love to hear any comments you have or questions you might have about what we're talking about. So we have Jennifer Caddy, and you're from Indiana? Oh, yeah, I got it right. And Maureen, who's kind of transitioned from Hawaii, but she's in Nashville, which is pretty awesome. And we're still looking for a couple more people. We're looking for Christy Hill and for Francine, who should be joining us shortly, and David as well. So for me, I guess we could start with what I learned from the Nashville event, and that would be that I have a story and that people need to hear it. I learned some of the things from one of the leaders, and he was so succinct with his outline that it really helped me understand what I need to do with my story and how I get it out and how I can make it sound good to people so I'm not rattling on. And that was one of the best things that I got from the event. I mean, there's so much. That's kind of the one that stuck out to me, because that's where I need to work on my story and how we tell it, so that people will actually be affected by it, so that we can not only affect them, but help train ourselves to tell it like in the Reader's Digest, so it's not on and on and on, which sometimes is hard to do. As a person, you think of all these things, and sometimes with me I get tongue-tied, and I'm not really the best articulate person as far as getting it out eloquently, and that's not necessary, but it's definitely helpful. And I think the better we get at those things, like I was talking to Maureen, it's about practicing, and it's about trying and failing and getting out there and putting yourself on the edge. Because I'll tell you what, if you would have, as a child, I was so shy that I didn't even want to talk on the phone. And so I've come a long ways. So Jennifer, can you maybe share with me or share with us, what things you got from our Nashville event?
Well, it was my very first event, so I didn't know what to expect when I first got there. So, but it was pretty overwhelming. It was almost overwhelming. Well, the place itself was overwhelming because it was massive. But everybody there was so nice. Everybody. It was like, I'm in a completely different. You could just tell, I'm in a completely different, area. It was crazy. But right off the bat, I think Justin and Dee were the first two speakers that were up, and Justin, these people are just so real, and they get down to earth. They're just like your normal everyday people, and he had just right off the bat said something that just completely was like, oh my gosh, that's me. And immediately had me in tears. So it was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to. My sister-in-law actually told me. She said, it really did. I think she said it was life-changing. I don't know if it was completely life-changing for me, but it was definitely an eye-opener.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things about events. Everyone talks about events, whatever business you're in. For me, I'm kind of biased. The events I've been to with other companies don't even compare to our EN events. They're just
no.
They're just they are life-changing in many ways, because I've been going for quite a long time, and I've needed this. Transformation of my mindset. It's really about what we think about.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing was, it's not just about, your business. It's how you see yourself. Um, and kind of helps build you up.
Hmm.
And there's not really any businesses out there that I know that really focus on that. They just focus on the business making money, whereas they actually have like the inner circle where you've got audio that you can listen to on a daily basis, and it's just helping to build you up, and
Absolutely.
make you build that self-esteem up, to where you can do anything that you put your mind to.
I agree. I agree. Absolutely. And I was thinking about Maureen. It's so cool that we, with Jennifer, we were roommates, and
Yeah.
we never knew each other before. We just, saw each other on Facebook, and we're like, hey, we need some help, sharing the cost and everything. And it's amazing how it's like you're just a big family.
Normally I wouldn't do that either. I've never been.
Yeah.
This is a bold move on my part.
It was huge. It's just like, okay, well, I don't know this person at all, and they're
Yeah,
going to sleep in the bed next to me.
I know.
So,
I know. All the girls
like
there,
that.
you guys were so awesome, so nice, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was really a great time. I think that the caliber of people that attend these events, in general, I have not had one bad experience, not one. People pay, people, they're respectful.
Yeah.
They come, they're paying for the event, and they're coming for a transformation. And
Mhm.
I just think that attitude really, and especially since we're in every day, we're doing, it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even, well, Monday leaving, but just that idea that I'm there for something, and I want to help myself and help other people, and it's just a different environment than a lot of places I've been to before, where I've kind of got scammed on some things. But so I want to hear from Maureen, because she had some great things. She was blogging today about kind of her learning and training and stuff. So Maureen, you're up.
Um, I had two areas that I thought were pretty significant because this was my fourth event. My first one was a full year ago in April of 2014 in Seattle. Um, I think it was Michael Martin, but I can't remember who said that there's a difference between your why and your vision. And a couple of the events that were preceding Nashville, I was on another team call, actually with Lawrence, and then somewhere else I heard somebody say that too. But there's so much emphasis in this business about your why. Like, what is it that drives you to, one, want to be part of this community, and two, to work your business every day? But I guess I never really remembered to go back to, I think, which was one of the initial core commitments when you take the time to actually let yourself dream, that your vision is much bigger than your why. Your why is, what drove you to, want to work the business every day. But ultimately, when you make your business successful and kind of where you want and hit your income goals, that's when you hit the ability to work your vision, to move further into your life. What's your big vision? So I have always wanted to work in some of my church groups, and I kind of forgot my vision. So that was a big deal for me, as I kind of went back through and I took some time. I journal every day and wrote down, I know my why. And so Jennifer, just for your benefit, my why was I did not want to retire in corporate America. I've worked 25 years in professional jobs, and I just kind of got to this place where I've always kind of been one of those people who would rather lead than follow. And I got to, I'm 48, and I thought, oh my gosh, if I really retired when I said I was going to, it should be 58, that's 10 years from now, and I don't want to be sitting behind. So that's really my why, but that's very different than my vision, what I'd like to do once I bring my business to my income goals, and I'm able to accomplish some of the things that, you know, the other leaders in our company have. So that was one of my big reasons that I enjoyed Nashville. The other one was went in with sure about my avatar, and I guess I finally hit this place where, you know, me leaving corporate America and showing other people that they can also do that. Probably not quite as quickly as I did. There were some other things that moved me to leave my job full time, because I was actually leaving an island and moved out of Hawaii, which is different than if you just get in your car and you drive across the state boundary lines. But so I think what I didn't realize is how big my story is. Like, and I actually got to sit on a call with Samuel last week and hear him call a woman that for the first time he was walking her through, you know, she had responded, and her story was extremely similar to mine, being stretched so thin, never really having time for some of her nonprofits and the things she was doing in school systems that were important to her, and really just not having her own me time. And he kind of talked her through, you know, that her story, if she really wants to build a business on the side, you know, it's a full-time commitment, or at least a part-time commitment, X number of hours. And so I guess I finally realized, oh my gosh, my story really is my story. Because I still think that, you know, corporate America is a tough place to actually, you know, people have to have that interrupt to eventually leave. So I've started blogging and videoing about just that, just getting inside people's minds of, have you ever thought about leaving? If you know, your future self will thank you if you think about it now and put some plans in motion. So that was one big thing. The other thing I was stuck on is I wasn't using that second or third blog that we now have available to us through Kalatu. And I, when I got back, I formed another URL called the MoYouKnow.us, because a lot of people call me Mo, so that's what I'm going to use for my Kevin and Melissa Connect. They said that they do business reviews, and that's like right up my alley, because I have so many businesses that contact me, corporate America. So I'm going to do one blog. I'm going to keep my normal blog up now to talk to people about internet marketing, leaving corporate America, and some of my hobbies. And then I'm going to do that second blog to just start posting in there business reviews. And then one of the things they brought up that I thought was pretty significant is that's actually a step in the door to a business owner, to be able to talk with them a little bit more about what are you doing to market your business. You know, so you're trying to give them some help by posting a blog about them and taking some interest in them. But then you can also find out, you know, what are you doing to market? Do you have a blog? You know, how do you train your top producers? Things like that. So
That's a good
those
idea.
are my big takeaways. Yeah, and you could twist and turn it a number of different ways based on your background and your comfort level. You know, can share some of my brainstorming with you. It was probably the breakthrough event for me, and it started, I believe, because Lawrence put together what I thought was a very, very hands-on day. That was key for me to actually start taking what I've already learned, and then I'm now flipping, working really hard to market, you know, up to that 80%. And all the videos and the learning stuff is on the back burner, because I know that I already know enough to just continue to move forward, and I got stuck in that before. So
yeah, I think that's, you know, what you just said was really key. I had the same kind of experience with the business part, because I live in a local area, and you know, I really wanted to bring a live event to my local area that I know people know and trust me. I've lived here 15 years, and to help business owners know that I do care about them by doing a blog. I'm not a business owner. I mean, I am, but I'm not like a brick and mortar. And I really want to be part of the community, you know, service, helping people to build their businesses. And I know the blog is something that will definitely help build their business. They don't even realize it. Most people don't even know what a blog is. But I think you're right, Maureen, what you just said about, getting clear about what is the steps, what does it really look like in a daily action plan for you, step it up to make it more focused on specific things. And I don't know about you, Jennifer, I know you're brand new.
Yeah.
For me, it's something that with as many children as I have, having 11 kids, it is a huge, huge struggle. Huge. if most people just understand, I mean, probably people can go, wow, that's crazy, but just every one of us have our own daily struggles with our whatever job you have, if you have one. Just try to make ends meet, trying to do the business, and there's so many things to juggle. And you have a family, whether you're a mom or not, you still have friends and just people pulling at us all the time. And I think that, when you're having that pulling apart, you go, okay, what's the top priority? And I have to, for me, I have to move out. I'm trying to find a house. I'm right now in transition. I've got boxes everywhere, and trying to make sure I don't lose any receipts. But
yeah,
really,
I do too. I have boxes everywhere too.
I should do a tour of my house. My bedroom still doesn't have boxes yet, but downstairs is crazy. So, for me, it's everyone's got their struggle. But like Maureen said, it's really getting that 80%, just ramping it up so that we can be successful and we can help other people be successful. And, the mindset that we learned to me was that we just have to get into realizing we are someone important. Every one of us, every single person, and people out there in the audience, if you're listening, you're important and you have greatness within you, and each one of us have that, and we just have to tap into feeling that, because maybe you didn't feel that way as a kid, or maybe you didn't feel that way, as you've grown up. But even at 53, I still struggle with stuff like that, where you feel insecure, you don't feel like anyone wants to listen to you, you don't think you have anything to say, but each one of us have a story that needs to be told, and that really was the big thing I came from the event with overall. And there's so many other things that we're going to be talking about for the next weeks to come. And I'd really like to see people, if you're here, if there's anyone listening, please comment, and if you have any questions that we maybe can answer, we'd love to hear your questions. Just need some interaction. And this is our first one, so bear with us. We're brand new as far as leading this. I know I am, but at my age, even though these things are difficult sometimes technically, because I'm kind of a dork, I'm not going to let that block me from my vision of really equipping other people and being, coming alongside each one of our team members. And we're not a team, but we are. We're kind of the front of our business, but we also are uplifting each other to do better in our businesses. So
yeah, we're all in this together.
Yeah. So next week.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find out my story and who to kind of market to.
Well, you market to you.
What made you join, Jennifer?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
Well, how long ago did you join, and what was surrounding your decision to join?
Well, about a month ago. Because my brother and my sister-in-law have been doing it for several years, and
wow.
he was really excited. And he's like, "Hey, I really want to show you. I want to tell you about this." So I was like, "Okay, why not? I'll listen." And he just was so enthused and excited about it. I thought, well, why not? I guess I've always been the type of person where it's like I'll try anything once at least. It's like you don't know unless you try. So I thought, well,
right.
I'll try it out. So so far I absolutely love blogging because it's I get to
good
about anything that I want to. And and I do have, I guess I do have some stories, from my past that I can talk about, and hopefully I touch somebody out there, so they know that they're not not alone, like what Justin did with me. That's kind of, I guess, my goal.
Yeah, what we talked when we were at the event that you connected with, how you felt, at odds with other people many times and you just didn't get you weren't in the in crowd or you weren't accepted or you felt that way. Yeah. And I think that's the theme of Empower Network. It is that you are valued for who you are. You're not going to be we're not going to be like each other exactly. We can connect on a certain level, and that's what I love about it is that, I could be a stay-at-home mom, or I can be a homeschool mom, or I can be a single mom, or I can be a business person, or come from a different background altogether. Justin and Dee are totally different in a lot of things.
But I'm not hippie at all. I'm not one of those hippie people at all. But they were.
Yeah, we connected with them because of our own insecurities and our own feelings of inadequacy. And I think that when we can really be transparent with people, people are more likely to trust us. And we want that. We want, just like, sharing a room with you, Jennifer, and with Christy and Lily, we're all coming from different parts of the world, but we have, it was just that trust we had to kind of risk. And that's one of the things I was, listening to a church on Sunday and was talking about faith and risk. And faith is risk. Faith is risk. We don't see. Faith is only things that we don't see, we don't know. And we have to have that stepping forward and taking faith of doing these things and taking the action like Maureen and I, we were talking about too when we were there. Faith is risk, and too many of us want to be safe. And to be totally safe, you have to be in this cocoon where you're not really living life. And I want to live my life, and I don't know if today I'm going to be here the next 10 minutes or 2 days or 10 years or 100 years. Well, probably not 100. You know what I mean? It's like every day is a gift, and we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And so we need to really kind of tap into our greatness that God has created us to be. And that's what I love about our team, and I love about our group and our business, and that's what we want to do for everybody out there listening. If there's anybody out there, we want to encourage you that you are someone very important, and you need to understand that. And you're whatever business you're in, or if you don't have a business, you want to get a business, whoever invited you to this event, then please talk to them and let them know what you're interested in and that you want to learn more. And each one of us are here for you. And eventually, as we're going to go on, we're going to promote this for our friends and relatives as well. So it's time's getting close up. Oh, we took a picture. I like that. That's cute. So it's 8:32, ladies. Do you want to keep going a little bit longer? I don't know where Christy's at, and I think Dave is busy with his daughter.
And Francine just texted me, so she says she can't get in on the link.
Okay.
So she'll catch us on the next one, I guess.
Sweet. All right. So
I think it would be great to think, especially with me, I can think about throughout this week, start writing down questions.
Okay.
And of course, listen to the phone calls, and then either make comments or have questions from those
right.
phone calls.
Do you know how to record on this? Because I don't think I was recording. I was trying to figure out where it was at, and I was too busy trying to figure out where. Do you see it anywhere?
I don't. Let me.
I just see the broadcast. I see it live. I call, video. Invite people, screen share, showcase, capture.
I don't see it on the side there. We'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah.
For next time.
Definitely. I'll keep filling with it.
It says you have it live, so I think it's actually
recording.
Yeah, okay. I see that too.
Yes, this is live, and I know that they usually do record them. that's why I wanted to use this instead of the regular Hangout. This is an on-air Hangout.
Okay.
So people will be able to
Okay.
see it. Yeah, so they can just watch. And I'd really like it if, I think Christy was talking about inviting some leaders, and I think if we get some momentum, we can invite some leaders. I want this to be really something we know what we're going to specifically talk about, and then and we knew we were going to just chat the first time, but if we can have some real value as far as something we're definitely going to be talking about, and then bring people from our teams or from our email list or from our leads. And you know what I did with on my Google Plus? I just created the on-air event, and then I invited people. And so what I can do is take that link, and then you take our links. We don't want the one that we're on because that's our, the people that are going to be on it. But I think we can share it from there. I want to be able to make it specific for each one of us so that it's going to be our event. And then you, Maureen, and you, Jennifer, and Christy, and David, and everybody else, they can, target their leads and the people that they want to share it with, so that then we can get some more people watching and listening, and giving us some comments. And it's a great training. Just doing this action is great training. And
yeah,
well, I like the fact
that
Maureen talked about the how we have more than one blog, and utilizing one of those strictly for businesses. I think that's a great idea. I would love to do that.
Yeah, actually, I would love to do that as well. That's what those are the two things I brought home. Is I'm going to focus more on my video, but also, these live events are something that we can do and promote, and they'll help give us kind of a more of a leadership position out there, so people can know and like and trust us, which is what we want. We want them to know who we are and be transparent, but also the business owners that are local to wherever we're at, like Indiana, in Nashville, and for me, Idaho. Those people need to hear this because these blogs can make huge difference in their businesses. But Maureen, if you want to do some kind of teach us what you're doing, because you're more of a businesswoman than I am. Definitely, I'm not a business. I'm a mom. That's my business. I'm just a mom. But yeah, if you can share some of the things that you thought, I really like what Kevin and Melissa said, and I wrote some things down, but I missed part of their thing. My phone, like right on the notes.
All right. Well, why don't I do that for next time then?
Okay, yeah. So you're a full-time person right now. And
yeah, I can do that for next time.
Okay, perfect. That'd be awesome.
Great.
With the URL, you have a different URL. On your blog.
I think we're breaking up on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. So with the blogs, you can have up to 10, I believe. But with your separate blog for reviews for businesses, you got a different URL.
I think Marine's gone. I don't see her anymore.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, this was really fun. I'm really glad that you came on, and Christy we were all pumped, and she was doing it, and all of a sudden she didn't come, so I'm not sure what happened. I'm hoping she's okay. But
I saw something from her on Facebook though. Yeah. She said check the question box. Or she's watching, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's watching. Okay. Well, hi, Christy.
Dave said he was here too, but.
Yeah. So. What I wanted to, so how did you get to my link? Was it the Facebook thing that I sent you guys? Was that link got on? Okay,
that's how I got there.
Yeah, I want us, the people that are in the webinar, I want those to have that one, and then we can promote it on the Google Plus page. And I can invite my friends, but I want you to invite your friends and whoever you have. So I'm not sure what that link looks like, but we can figure it out. So we'll go ahead and finish here, but with Maureen, she said she'll do it for next week. We'll do the business reviews. That'll be really cool.
I think it'll be great.
I like that. All right. Sounds good.
This was a trial run.
Yeah, this is a trial run, and it's always good to do
Yeah.
that. And I've learned quite a bit already, so I'm gonna keep practicing. But you have a great day, Maureen, Jennifer, and yeah, and you know what? Keep messaging me in the chat or my personal phone. I can
Okay.
give you that. I'll put it in there, and then we can keep connecting because I like, for me as I'm doing this full time, I really like to keep connecting with people so that I can keep, myself kind of on the edge and
Yeah,
doing things like
absolutely.
yeah. All right. Well, sounds good. Well, signing off for our first PhD in Hustle, kind of our group meeting, and we're going to keep doing this every week. And then we'd love for you guys to come. And if you have any questions or if you want any comments, please connect with any one of us on our Facebook groups or just look us up from our names. And if you're on Google Plus, wherever you came from, if you were listening, and Christy, if you're there, we miss you. So let's do next week. We're going to do it about how to do some of your blogs for your business and how to get reviews for people that are local and help them build their business. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thanks, Jennifer, and it was so great to do this. And we'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week. We're going to do the same time, right?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Signing out. You guys have a great day.
Bye.